Welcome to week two, career success disposition. So, really, what this boils down to is talking about why you feel the way you do about a potential career, why you don't want to do a particular career, all kinds of different things. Once again, this course is all about self reflection. Your journal entries, your applied activities, your inventory at the end of the week is all building to you assessing rather than being forced into a career that you may not want to do. I want to make sure that the career aligns with you. You don't align yourself to that career. Does that make sense? So this week really is about self-reflection and looking through the two chapters that I have you reading for 2 and 3, but also that article that goes through 48 core values. Just real quick bullet points that you can see, oh, okay, I never really considered that as well. But also the video is asking you, are your values and your career aligned with one another? And if you can assess those things and ask those things, again, some of you have started your career, some of you have not started your careers, or don't even know where you even need to go. So no matter what stage that you are in this situation, always think that it's that growth process that we talked about last week. Is your work aligned with your values? But then the big thing is, what are values? So clarifying your values in the chapter talked about, things that you prize and cherish, things that are very near and dear to your heart. You've publicly affirmed them. It's something that people say, oh, that is what this individual believes in. You chose them freely. They were not forced upon you. So think about that. Is this something that your parents expect you to do that you really don't want to do? Is it something society expects you to do? Your instructors expect you to do? Try to cast those chains aside and think about internally that you've chosen these freely. Chosen from alternatives. You didn't just have the one individual, you had multiple things that you could choose from. And by asking the question about your values and you see that it aligned differently, you're like, oh, okay, that makes more sense for you. And then you act upon these things and then you consistently go about these and aligning with values and vice versa. Needs and motivations in the chapter talked about, you've probably heard about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, basic survival needs down there at the bottom, but also Herzberg's theory of motivation. So down at the bottom, you talk about physiological, so job security, salary, and benefits, and then you move up. Company policies, work environment, advancement. Then you get to self-esteem, is like self-control, recognition. At the very top, learn and grow on the job, uses one's skills and challenging. So I'd like you to think about that theory of motivation and how it influences what you do on a daily basis as you go through all of your career success choices. So again, all of these things that I had you read, watch, and listen to this week is about thinking, and I will provide lots of feedback as you give your assignments and you turn those in. I'm going to really try to push the envelope and ask you to think deeper about all of these things so you can have a very strong foundation as you explore these careers throughout. So once again, take the time to clarify your values and figure out what is important to you as you go along. So that's going to do it for this week. I'll talk to you next week where we continue this self-reflection. And I look forward to seeing all your comments and your reflections with your peers. See you next week.